This is your life. It's not a dress rehearsal. You only have one shot. So now you've lost your job. I want you to do 3 things. Stop, evaluate, ask yourself some questions. Stop and let that settle in. And I want you to reframe that from I lost my job to now I have a blank sheet of paper with some new opportunities. Because that is the reality. Yeah, maybe you lost your job, but you also have an opportunity to pursue new opportunities. And some of the questions that I want you to ask yourself, was this something that I was really passionate about? Or when I went into this particular opportunity, it was just because I needed a job? Or did I do this particular thing because everybody else on campus was pursuing this and this was the gold standard in the minds of my classmates? Not something that I was really passionate about, but everybody wanted this opportunity. So I felt like I should go for it too. Did you go for this opportunity because you didn't know what else you wanted to do? And you were too afraid to invest the time to figure out what you really wanted to do? Or did you take this to satisfy somebody else in your world? Maybe your parents, maybe your friends, or somebody else that you might have wanted to impress. But remember, when it comes to your job, when it comes to your career, this is your life. It's not a dress rehearsal. You only have one shot. So you want to do the thing in this life. When I say one shot, I mean this life. You want to do the thing that's going to fulfill you. Yeah, you want to do the thing that's going to give you the opportunity to have financial freedom. You might want to do the thing that's going to allow you to pursue some things you've never done before. And obviously, you want to be able to take care of yourself. But choosing a career or a job that you're excited about, that you feel like you're learning from, that you really feel fortunate to be able to go to every day, that's going to also help sustain you over time when you get to those rough patches in that career or the rough patches on that particular job. And they will inevitably come. So now think to yourself, if money was no object, what would I do every day? What would I be excited about learning? Do I want to travel? Do I want to work with really smart people that I can learn from every day because I have the opportunity to rub elbows with them? Do I want to actually do something that's creative? Do I want to do something that's quantitative? I want you to evaluate the things that you loved about this last job and the thing that you absolutely could do without. I want you to think about what you wanted to learn on this last job that you didn't have an opportunity to learn. And now I want you to also evaluate and be honest with yourself. Were you walking in every day to deliver your absolute best? Or are you walking in just to execute? Did you go the extra mile to learn some things that were tangential to your particular job? Did you build the relationships that you should be building whenever you go into a new organization? Or were you siloed, just focusing on just that thing that you had to do as opposed to building the relationships around you? If you're somebody that's seen as essential in your organization, that everybody wants to be around because you have a positive, can-do attitude every time you walk in, then you are less likely to be that person tapped on the shoulder when the company is forced to downsize. Now, you can have that kind of personality and demeanor, and it could still happen to you. I'm not saying that it won't, but I'm saying that you give yourself a better shot at being one of those people that they keep even at the margin. Because the person who has to make that decision says, I really don't want to let Cindy go. Or I really hate to walk in here and not see Ned's face tomorrow. So you want to think about what you could have done differently and what you might approach differently in the next role. And now I want you to think about, what are your superpowers? What are the things that you believe that you can do as good or better than anybody else? And I want you to go over and over and over that before you even start to think about interviewing with someone else. Because you always want to approach an interview after you've been laid off from a position of strength. And if you haven't gone over and over and over your own superpowers and the things that you are proud of and the things that you are good at and your previous accomplishments, you're going to walk into that next interview with a liability mindset as opposed to an asset mindset. You want to go in focused on all of your great strengths, and you want to make sure that that next interviewer knows that it's a great opportunity to even consider having you on their team. You also want to be very thoughtful and honest about the layoff. The company was making wholesale layoffs, or they decided to close your division, or they decided to take 20% of the people in your area, and that's what happened. Or maybe they're doing it person by person and it was just your turn. But you want to be constructive about your experience and what you learned, and not focused on the fact that you were one of the people tapped that time. You have an extraordinary opportunity to go do something new, to create a new accomplishment. Look at it through that lens and go get them.